Well, they are three of Australia's biggest box office draw cards, and they're all heading to Melbourne for the summer. Amanda Muggleton will repeat her sublime, beautiful portrayal of tragic opera diva Maria Callas, while next door, John English stars in A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. Now, the producer of both these individual shows is Simon Gallagher. So welcome, Simon Gallagher, John English, Amanda Muggleton. Welcome. Now, it is interesting, as we noted at the top of the show, you guys, as much as you've worked together for donkey's years, have never, in fact, sat and all had a chat together on a show like this.
Do you want to be together?
No. Simon and I have, but us three? I don't think so, really.
No, we were all in HMS Pinafore together last year. Was that last year?
Yes, it was last year.
And that was Amanda's first musical, and she was absolutely terrific. On stage.
It was great fun. I want to do more.
Well, you've got to, we keep chatting and you're just doing some wonderful work. But I've got to say, Simon, you're the producer of the two shows I just mentioned. Why aren't you in them?
Oh, because I decided that it's really too hard to do both jobs. Being the producer, particularly of doing a big musical like that and a play as well at the same time, it takes so much time, and you're doing a 9 to 5 job, which turns out to be 9 to 11 anyway at night. But then to go on the stage, as I've done for so many years as well, it's very hard yakka. And I have a family. I have a beautiful wife and 3 children that don't get to see me very much. So it was time to sort of rebalance things a bit.
Well, was it all about dealing with difficult talent? You know what the talent's like, pain in the butt.
Yeah, they're really difficult, these people. Oh.
John, I thought maybe you'd put him off.
No, it's not me, no. In fact, he'll probably be in it. I'll get him on. I'll get him on. He'll be on.
Oh, great.
And I'll slip in somewhere
That's
along the
right.
way.
I'm sure you'll slip in.
Just mug him and drag him on the stage.
Now, Amanda, quite a contrast for you. You were called Sublime and Devastating by an Adelaide reviewer as Maria Callas.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's a sublime and devastating woman. And it was a great honour to play her, and I'm thrilled that I'm bringing it to Melbourne. That was in Adelaide, that production.
Yes, yeah.
And the same one that was in Sydney. It's the same production with Rodney Fisher directing, and the same wonderful cast of opera singers.
But this year you've done Maria Callas, Diana Vreeland, Shirley Valentine. Do you ever get mixed up a little?
Oh, no, fortunately not, but I have had such a hell of a year. And I've just finished on Saturday night, I just finished doing Dangerous Obsession with John Stanton and Robert Colby, which was another sort of schizophrenic woman crying all the time. Not schizophrenic.
Was that
was
you
me
and
Shirley? You didn't ever see me in Shirley.
I did, yeah.
Oh, yes, you did. You came to my dressing room with
You never
Carmen.
saw?
Never have seen her
No,
Shirley
I've
Valentine.
really told him off many times, and he's missed his chance.
But the accents, do you ever get confused with all the accents? Because Diana, the sort of the New York
Oh, that was
thing
brilliant. That
do a bit of...
Oh, my goodness me. Okay, you gotta have style. Style helps you get up in the morning. It helps you get down the stairs. That's Diana Vreeland. It's weird going into this. You know where I've come from? I've been at Camp Eden, so I'm in no man's land at the moment. I've come down from Camp Eden. I'm going straight back. So now what do you want? Maria Callas.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
please.
my goodness. All you have to do is to listen to the music. Who's laughing? That was Shirley. No, that was Cockney. Oh. That was, hello, darling, how you going? We talk Cockney together all the time.
Absolutely.
But Shirley was, I think sex is like supermarkets, you know, very overrated. I think it's just a lot of pushing and shoving, and you still come out with very little in the end.
Good stuff, man.
Now, John, it is exciting to have you with us, and since you were with us last time, I'm led to believe you've become a grandfather.
Certainly have, yes.
Isn't that
I didn't do anything. No, it was my dirty slut of a daughter did all that. sorry, Joe. Sorry. The band laughed.
So, name of gorgeous...
His name is Jawo, J-Z-A-W-O, and it's a Swahili name, and it means the axe. And don't ask me, I had nothing to do with it.
Do you think the name again is?
Jawo, J-Z-A-W-O. He's the 15th J English now. There are 15 of us.
In a line.
In a line. Yeah.
What 15 J Englishes in line. What are the other names?
Wow, there's, let's see, I've got four children, Jonathan, Jessamine, Josephine and Julian, and my sister's got 2 boys, Jacob and Jasper, and my brother's got 2 sons, Joel and Jordan. And my sister's name's Janet, and my other sister's name's Jill, and my brother's name's Jeremy, so that's getting...
And now we've
Jeremy married Jane.
Jeremy married Jane, so it's like, yeah.
Wow.
That's right.
And now we've run out of names, so you've got a Swahili name?
Well, we haven't got a Judas or a Jesus yet, but they're working on it.
I'm sure they will.
You've actually, you've got some pretty names in your family as well. Your own kids, what
Some unusual names, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my daughter is nearly 10 now, and her name is Gidget Rose. Mm-hmm. And then we have 2 boys. The 8-year-old is Saxon, and the 6-year-old is Tyron.
Oh,
so Gidget, Saxon and Tyron, so I call them my GST.
Now, tell me about funny thing happened on the way to the forum, because there's been some interesting people who've played this role before. Who have they been?
Well, Zero Mostel sort of started it on Broadway, about 61, 2?
Yes, 2, I think.
Yeah, 62. It's a real fast romp thing. Very, very similar in its own way to what we were doing with Pirates. But, it's Sondheim, so the music's incredibly good. And, the last person to play on Broadway was Whoopi Goldberg, so I'm actually doing Whoopi Goldberg's part.
Gee, that's sort of logical.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Hello there, Mark. How are you?
Frankie Howard's played it,
Yeah.
and Nathan Lane. It's a terrific, terrific show. Our director, who directed all of the Gilbert and Sullivans that we did, he saw this on Broadway last year, and he rang me and he said, "You have to come to New York and see this show. It's as if we have done it." So I saw the show and immediately fell in love with it and thought, well, John has to do this. It's just too good to miss.
Wow. So it's a funny thing happened on the way to the forum, and literally next door. So how does that all work? It's at the Victorian Arts Centre in January.
We'll all do it on the one
January.
stage at the same time. And they light her over there.
And you get the schizophrenic audience out there.
Yes.
No, one's in the Playhouse and one's in the big State Theatre,
Again, where?
Victorian Arts Centre.
And when is it starting?
New Year's Eve we open Forum, and then Masterclass opens about 4 days later on the 4th of January.
Terrific.
So we'll be busy little bunnies.
Oh, it's a great 1999 for you.
Yeah.
Listen, and, I mean, seeing we've got you all here, this studio would be very familiar to all of you, and especially you, Simon. I mean, you go back to the Mike Walsh show days.
Do you know that it's 20 years ago this month since I started here?
Wow.
So it's
20
very
years
sad.
ago, December.
November.
November. Wow.
So it's...
What was your first song?
Oh, gee. It's a song. I entered a song contest, which was run. I think Walsh had only been here for about a year, and so they ran this song contest, thinking they'd get a few entries. They got thousands upon thousands of entries, and I was a conservatorium student, and wrote this song when I was in the recording studio at the con. Just sent it in. Was sitting in a box in the drawer, and I thought, oh well, they're having a song contest. I'll send it in. And I said if I was lucky enough to be chosen, you had to nominate a performer of your choice to sing your song. So, there was Farnham, and there was Marsha, and there was John English, and they were the sort of people they wanted you to nominate. And I said, well, I'm a bit of a singer myself, and I'd like to do it myself if I get chosen.
Do you remember the song, though? Actually remember?
It was a song, I don't think I've ever done it again. It was called I Don't Know. Yeah,
do you want to have a crack at it? Yeah. Can we do that?
Just for old time's sake.
Maybe just play us to break. Well, will you do that? Will you, Jeff? If
I
you
don't
wouldn't,
actually remember it. Perhaps you come and play.
because I want to, Simon. It's great. Will you play us to break a little? Because I just want to mention again the Victorian Arts.
Centre,
Yeah,
January.
and that's January. And guys, thank you so much, John. It's great to see you
Yeah,
again.
you too, Kerri.
And you are looking fabulous. So whatever you've been doing is wonderful. Amanda Muggleton, and of course Simon Gallagher to break.
I don't know, I just don't know. Whatever you do, wherever you go, I don't know. just don't know. You told me you loved me, and I loved you so, 'cause I